the American League, 99 for Chicago.
This is Paul Catalina's Top 5 at 5:55.
Brought to you by Slapsticks Comedy Club. I am going over there right after we're done. The soft open is tonight. We're going to do kind of a dry run. And then tomorrow night it opens in earnest. Get your tickets at slapstickscomedy.com. Saturday, I'll be doing improv at 7 o'clock and hosting a stand-up lineup at 9 o'clock. So get your tickets, slapstickscomedy.com. So Saturday you can come out and see me tell jokes with my friends. All right, top 5 all-time Texas college quarterbacks. Now, we had a list that we compiled of 13 people.
Paul's cell phone number is...
yeah, don't do that. So we put these people on we pulled the 5 from this list of 13.
Now, there's somebody or two missing, even from this list. It's just we tried to grind on this.
So the list overall, in no particular order right now, has Vince Young and Sammy Baugh and Davey O'Brien and Don Meredith, Colt McCoy, RG3, Lance McElhaney, Graham Harrell, David Klingler, Andre Ware, Patrick Mahomes, Johnny Manziel, and James Street. So that's our list of the people that we threw up there. And this is the top 5, which I am very open to debating on. But this is Paul Catalina's top 5 at 5:55. And feel free to debate me on any of these.
I like the colored coordination on this, the marble look in the background, or whatever that is.
Yes. All right. So number 5, Davey O'Brien. The quarterback award is named for this dude.
I don't have much to say on him. I never saw him play, so I was hoping maybe...
Pretty much why I put him on the list. The quarterback award is named after him.
I mean, I'd love to have a comment, but I mean, I know the award's named after him, and he played at TCU, and that's about all I know from his career.
Yeah. Number 4, Robert Griffin III. I think as a transformational player to an institution, pulling them out of the doldrums, his impact on college football overall is he's not only a beacon for Baylor, but if you get the right guy, things can happen for you.
Well, what he sometimes doesn't get credit for, which Coach Briles does in the staff or whatever, is RG3 was the hope. And I'll never forget a call when I was doing radio in Tyler, and a guy called me and told me about this guy. I knew about him at Copper's Cove. John Tyler had gone down there and beaten him up pretty good. I was like, no way in hell.
I remember watching him warm up the first time I saw him. I was doing a university game, and I was like, this son of a gun.
Yeah, he's special.
That is unbelievable. Number 3, and this one is going to be up for debate because his record as a starter is not good. But I do believe that his ability was so here that if not for him, if it was Davis Webb or anyone else, that team would have been 2-10.
All right, I'm going to say this because I think he gets first of all, great kid. Craig covered him in high school, did his games, but I still think he gets too much for what he's done in the NFL.
I would not have him over RG3, just on my personal list. RG3 won a Heisman. He turned around the entire program. Texas Tech was not any better after Patrick Mahomes left than they were when he arrived. I mean, I think they might have actually been worse, quite frankly. But yeah, if this is an NFL list, he's definitely like top 3, number 1 right now. But yeah, I'd have RG3 over him college-wise. Okay,
but sure. It's your list.
It's my list. I debate it though. I did it, and I'm not really that strong on this one. I'm not that strong on this one, but I did think it was something to discuss about how good his actual ability was that he pulled a bad team. And again, he was the beacon with a dark.
The Davis Webb wasn't bad. He was. In that system, he was okay. Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
All right. Number 2, Johnny Manziel. He was just unreal. I mean, the way that he took a team that nobody thought was going to be that good, and then, he beats Alabama. And
was this the first year they joined the SEC?
Yeah.
So that also was part of the discussion here.
Yeah.
That this was when they made the transition. It might have been the best team they've had since they joined the SEC, considering it's a decade later.
I mean, last year is up for debate, and we'll see what happens in the future with Jimbo Fisher. But, I mean, the way that he played and the way that there was no situation in which you could count him out at all.
No, I agree.
Yeah, one note on Mahomes, and I have something to say on Johnny, but Mahomes eventually took over as a starter at Tech during his freshman year. That year they went 4-8. His sophomore year when he was a starter, they went 7-6, and then his final year when he threw for 1 billion yards against Baylor, they went 5-7. So he only had one bowl season and really 2 full years of starting action. But Johnny, that was a different mania, and I don't think we've seen anything like it since then. At least not around here, obviously, because I can't think of we've had Trevor Lawrence and we've had Tua and we've had countless guys, but Johnny Manziel was just on a different level as far as coverage and talk and just everything. I mean, he was the dude in college football that everyone talked about and that everybody watched and that everybody had to check out. Even if you weren't a college football fan, you heard about Johnny Football. I mean, he was just on a whole nother level of college stardom. So yeah, I definitely could see that.
Yeah. He was one of those. If you looked at the TV and he was on it, you had to stop and watch.
Yeah. Also on the graphic jacket, just remember Bobby Lane was one of the old school guys we left out from Texas. But again, I wasn't going to put him on this top 5 anyway. But I mean, if you don't take Patrick Mahomes off, we can put any one of the other guys back in. Number 1, Vince Young. And Vince Young was the most dominant player in college football. I mean, he just kind of owned everything when he was playing. The other thing about Vince Young, and this is maybe lost on some Texas fans in its reality, but I think they know it. If not for Vince Young, the history of Texas football is they don't have a lot to hang their hat on since
51 years since they would have won a national title.
Yeah, they don't have a lot to hang their hat on that's not just pretty good in 50 years.
He single-handedly, as good as that team was, they loaded with NFL players. They were fantastic, but he was the one that was the difference. And then when some other guys.
He's the helium in the balloons of their ego. Yeah. I mean, that's what he is.
And they finally just let him be who he was sometime during his junior year, and he took off.
I was going to say, I mean, his rise was junior year and late at best. I mean, the only reason why people started talking about I remember one of the major reasons why people started first talking about Vince Young was the bowl win over Michigan. Mm-hmm. And that was the end of the year of his sophomore year because he left early.
Yeah.
So then his junior year came around, and then, it was all – they had been talking about him all off season, and then he went and did it. He went and did the damn thing and won it all, and so credit to him. But it wasn't like he was a star player for 2 or 3 years. It was about a year's time period that he was.
Yeah, it was kind of – I'm not sure whether, but he was always close, but you knew
he was good. But
there were a couple of games that get overlooked, though, in Vince Young's greatness. Oklahoma State, every time they played him, he came back in the second half. But there was a game against Kansas when there might have been a push-off in a fourth down, but Vince Young against Kansas had some moments in which they came back and won that game, and I don't remember if it was a junior year or what. But yeah, he was once in a lifetime.
And he wasn't. But again, you take him out. If Vince Young's not there and that team doesn't exist, then
once in a lifetime.
What are they?
Looks like they're all holding
50
hands.
Years.
Yeah. All right, Paul. This will be some interesting feedback on this one. All right.
Yeah. Thanks. Put it on the board, Hayden. Yeah.
You got it up. All right. The all-time tech. Bobby Lane, for obvious reasons, should be included. But there was going to be, like I said, we're going to be one or two that we probably forgot. But that's a great – Mahomes got to go.
Yeah, I agree. I mean,
I want you to go home tonight and redo the list.
Yeah. Honestly, the more I think about it, I don't understand how you put Mahomes that high.
Yeah.
We've got Heisman winners like Andre Ware just sitting off the list.
Yeah, I was a little reticent to put those Houston guys on.
Like Case Keenum, Ware, Klingler, with the money, the numbers they put up. You know, it would be an interesting one. He wouldn't be in it, but I always liked him, even though he killed me with Nebraska, was Major Applewhite. But I don't think he's a Louisiana guy, right?
Yeah, but I mean, they play college
Texas.
Yeah, I mean, Major Applewhite, but see, he kind of got Texas out of their little, 8-3 kind of thing.
Can't believe Chris Sims isn't on this list. Remember, he was Garrett Gilbert before Garrett Gilbert.
Yeah. Well, and
as far as hype and he's the saving grace of Texas football and all that.
And because of Chris Sims, Texas fans never really properly appreciated Major Applewhite.
No, they didn't. No,
they just wanted the new car.
Yep.
Yeah. Applewhite was from Baton Rouge. Yeah. Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Played at the University of Texas. So, all right.